Pat began coaching in 1964 in his hometown of Elliott Lake, Northern Ontario, and over the decades has guided athletes to national and international successes, including Olympians, Paralympians, and World Championship competitors. His mentorship has shaped athletes not only in sport performance, but also in their personal growth and lifelong learning. Son incidence sur la formation des entraîneurs au Canada est tout aussi remarquable. Pat a participé à la création des différents niveaux du programme national de certification des entraîneurs. Il a rédigé des manuels techniques et il a donné des centaines de cours pour les entraîneurs de partout au pays. Il continue d'encadrer et de former des entraîneurs et de veiller à ce que la prochaine génération profite de ses connaissances et de son expérience. Beyond coaching, Pat has been a tireless advocate for community sport. He created annual track and field events, helped develop local facilities, and promoted athletics for youth at both the community and the national level.
My name is Richard Bergman, and I was a former athlete of Pat Reid's. I met Pat Reid when I was 13 years old as a high jumper, and Pat coached me to provincial championships, national championships in high jumping and decathlon, and then later to bobsledding for Canada. And one of the things that Pat was amazing at was building not just great athletes, as all of us that work with him can attest, but building character. He taught us to be resilient, how to handle defeat and victory all in the same day. And as a result, every athlete that worked with Pat has gone on to do great things, from the field of medicine to law enforcement to business and entrepreneurship and everything in between. And how do you say thank you to a person who has been a mentor to you, second only to maybe your own father? Pat, you are a great guy. Thank you so much from all of us. You deserve this award very much. And none of this would have happened without giving the one thing that is most valuable in this life, on our time here on earth, and that is your time. I can never thank you enough. Thank you, my friend.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brian Marshall, and I'm just one of the many athletes Pat's had a huge impact on. Pat created one of the best jumping groups in the country, and I joined when I was 13 in 1979. Together, we crushed some age group records and went on to the 1988 Olympics in Seoul, Korea. Pat got us all super pumped about high jumping. I remember a great night out for us 15, 16-year-olds was to set up the old movie reel and then the pull-down white screen and watch slow-mo videos of the best jumpers of the day, trying to pick up technique and incorporate what we could to try and get better. So Pat's enthusiasm and knowledge got the best out of us. It was also a great way to spend an adolescence. But besides helping me and our club, the Ottawa Lions, so much, Pat was front and center in putting on events that grew athletics at a national level as well. So congratulations, Pat, for being honored with this Lifetime Achievement Award. The sport simply wouldn't exist without people like you.
Hi, I'm Leslie Esprick, and I'm really happy to hear that my former coach and continuing mentor, Pat Reid, is getting this prestigious award. He first met me back at a high school track and field meet in the 70s, and since that time, he was my coach, he was my mentor. I've gone on to coach, and he's always been there to support me. He's always been encouraging everybody, and I think he's really worthy of this recognition.
I want to thank the Coaching Association of Canada for bestowing this award on me. I've coached here at Ottawa and a couple other cities for about 55 years with the Ottawa Lions, the #1 track club in Canada, and high jump coach. So I worked with athletes at the grassroots level and here at the provincial and national level. I was on Olympic Solidarity program with the World Athletics and had the opportunity to work and educate coaches in other countries like Australia and China and Puerto Rico. I think the legacy I'd like to think that I left was the fact that I was an educator. I shared my technical knowledge that I picked up from other countries and other coaches and amalgamated into a technical system of teaching high jump. And I've done 25 or so technical articles in journals, technical journals, coaching journals around the world, and continue to be a mentor with the Coaching Association in Canada and with Athletics Canada and with Athletics Ontario. I think The bottom line is that as coaches, if we're going to be more proficient, we have to work together. And I think a lot of coaches need to get that message that we should share the information we have and the information we can collect so that we can move athletics in Canada forward. Again, thank you to the Coaching Association of Canada.